Technology in special education. That's our subject for today for this brief video overview. As you begin to study, know there are three important distinctions that should be made for you to understand this topic.
One brief personal note, while I'm not an expert in this field, I do have the privilege of working with our local Miracle League in the spring and fall seasons, which for those who are unaware is a chance for those with special needs to come together on a specially made, safe athletic field. This event happens every Saturday morning where our 4 teams come to play baseball. It's a quality organization, and during the season, I consider that to be the best part of my week. I've had the opportunity to meet young men and women who are overcoming great challenges and have been able to hear powerful stories from family members about the enormous challenges faced by those with special needs and their families, and the joy that the kids have playing together in our league.
Impairment, disability, handicap. Those 3 words are often used synonymously, but they're not the same thing.
Impairment, disability, handicap. What are the distinctions? An impairment involves an abnormality of loss of function in a physical, anatomical, or psychological structure. A student might be born with an impairment, or it could be caused by an accident or disease. Educators should not make assumptions about a person's limitations or abilities simply because they have an impairment. When an impairment limits a student's ability in a manner normally expected for human beings, this is what we refer to as a disability. This could include sight, hearing, communication with others, or the ability to manipulate objects. A handicap happens when a student is unable to complete a task or fulfill a role due to a disability. A handicap is not a characteristic of an individual, and it should not be used to describe a student. A handicap is the negative consequences of an impairment. When it comes to technology in education, it's important to make these distinctions as an educational foundation to all other tools you'll uncover. This can apply to students with a wide array of physical, sensory, and cognitive abilities and challenges. There are a couple of important facts to remember as you prepare to learn about these tools. The process of special education is still developing. Windsor said special education is isolation, integration, and inclusion. It is a fact that before 1975, special ed students were not even allowed in public schools. So, no matter the tool that you're about to learn, whether it is text-to-speech device, which will help students with their reading, voice recognition or word prediction to help with writing concepts, or alternative keyboards with enlarged keys designed for students with moderate to severe cognitive disabilities, ultimately, you're learning more than just technology.
Remember, you are helping to develop and increase a student's feeling of independence. It's a great gift. Remember the first time you got your driver's license and you were by yourself in the car and you could drive off and you could go anywhere you want to and nobody had to be with you and you were completely independent.
Imagine that feeling 100-fold as a student is able to touch a screen to manipulate a photo or word, use a screen reader to read a menu or web page, or even the pleasure a parent might feel seeing their child use a joystick to control their computer cursor, a skill they've already become familiar with from navigating their wheelchair. This is a great gift, and with limited funding issues for technology, it's up to you, the educator, to be as creative and economically minded as possible, working in special education as you prepare your students for a future independent lifestyle. Thank you for watching. Enjoy the rest of this module.